So I'm sharing this video here of the line for a meeting with the public about whether or not the Miami police should continue its partnership with ICE. Not just to tell you that protests, boycotts, town hall meetings, rallies, voting, legal lawsuits are actually working to fight back against the dangerous, lawless power grab and attempted authoritarian takeover and attempted dictatorship attempt by Donald Trump administration. That's how I'm sharing this information. I'm sharing this with you to just put a warning call on be careful about using the words like authoritarianism, autocracy, and dictatorship. Precisely why I've chosen to not use the word Auschwitz when referring to the detention center in Florida, because what went on in Auschwitz, the starving, the gassing of people, cannot compare to the really extreme, inhumane treatment that the migrants are experiencing there in terms of everything we've heard about the flooding, about the meals, about the crowding, about the heat, yes, but does not compare to Auschwitz. The Tea Party infamously used to invoke the word slavery when referencing the having to pay more taxes and like the dehumanizing, violent, traumatic experience of enslavement in that slave era cannot compare to taxes. So I think it's a privilege of the United States to be hyperbolic and compare our inconveniences, compare what we see as something that's unprecedented, and find the most extreme examples in history and around the world and say that's what we're going through. That I had a woman say that she lived in China and Russia and it's similar. Like no, in China and Russia they're unaliving people. This is not China and Russia. I come from a nation where we had a series of dictators. I come from a continent full of dictators, and what we've experienced and people experience over the continent cannot compare to the freedoms that we still have and still enjoy here in the United States. The freedom of the press still exists. The freedom to protest still exists. We can push back. I shared a video of citizens running ICE out of town. That's not happening in those other nations. So just be mindful, and it's disempowering when you essentially yield and just essentially surrender what we're experiencing and give it a label that is the label of something that we've seen in other countries. Yes, that's what we're experiencing, and that is not what we're experiencing. This little convenience is. I always say this, like the Montgomery bus boycott took something like 341 days. We just started, and we're already like, this is the end of it. Like we're done. Like we're ready to yield and say this is he's won. He's not won. We're still fighting. We still got a lot of fight in this. So it means like, just be mindful of your words. And I'm not purity testing. I'm just saying, let's empower ourselves because we can do this. There are more of us. JJ Legal, each one teach one.